Welcome to a different kind of apocalypse. Tonight, we're beginning a quiet kind of survival. No rush, no chaos, just slow, peaceful progress. So, get comfortable, sit back, breathe deep, and get ready to fall asleep while I survive the end of the world. We have spawned into our overgrown and lush world, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a few resources. I'm also going to open my challenge menu so we can get the basics of survival done. I'm going to also spend a little extra time gathering some feathers since we'll mostly be using our bow. We are playing with a number of fantastic mods, including a mod that has created this lush and beautiful forest. So yes, definitely check out the mods list down in the description box if you'd like. I'm feeling a little lost in the woods here. I have gathered a few feathers. I do believe we are approaching a road which should lead us into the city. I did manage to finish our challenges, and so I've gone ahead and redeemed them, which means we now have a location for our trader. You may have also noticed that I have something unusual in my inventory, which is this cool starter pack. Let's open it. It's going to give us a bicycle, a helmet light mod, as well as a knife. I also see our first zombie down the street here. This is the zombie apocalypse after all. Let me put down my bicycle. And I'm also going to craft a helmet as well. Perfect. Okay, we've managed to deal with our first zombie. Let's head to the trader, and I'll also be looting some vehicles along the way. We have made it to our first trader, and I know so many of you will be excited that it's Trader Jen. So let's head inside and let's chat with everyone's favorite trader.
It's good you beat the evening rush. Take your time and stay a while.
We had a little bit of a chat with our first trader, Trader Jen. She gave us this cool stone shovel, which I'm going to put down here on our hotbar. And we are going to head off to do a dig quest for her. First, though, let's take a peek around her compound and see what we can find. we did manage to find quite a few items. Let's take a peek. We should also take a moment to spend some skill points. Let's hop over here to agility and put a point here, as well as a point into archery. And let's put a point into deep cuts as well. And lastly, let's put a point into lockpicking, which is going to help us find more forge books. Speaking of forges, I have yet to loot Trader Jen's, so let's take a little stroll over here. Ah, what a nice find. We found 3 vitamins. And here we've got 2 forge magazines. Another forge magazine. And some cloth. We are pretty encumbered, so let's take a moment and read some things before we head back outside. I'm going to read all of the magazines we found. So 3 Forge magazines, a Tech Planet, a Shotgun Weekly, Electrical Traps, and 2 Home Cooking Weeklies. We also found this medical journal as well. And we've got this serrated blade mod that we're going to add to our knife. Now, this bicycle is more than likely going to be the only vehicle we use throughout this playthrough, and so I've given it a few extra features. One of those includes this beautiful, beautiful massive storage. So let's move a few items here. Now, before we start searching for a home tonight, let's head over to this dig quest that Trader Jen has given us. And along the way, we're going to be searching for more feathers. I think that's just going to be a theme of this playthrough. We have made it to our quest just in time for a nice gentle rain to begin. I'm going to hit the marker in just a moment. Before I do that, I'm going to search the area a little bit for resources. I see some fallen trees and just lots of lush greenery. Oh, I do see one of our zombie friends over here, who I think has seen me. Let's see if we can deal with them quietly and quickly. Ooh, we have managed to find quite a few nests, and that means more feathers. We have managed to avoid infection so far, and it would have been nice to find a honey in that stump, but alas, we did not. Now it is evening, so let's head back towards our quest and try to get that done in time to turn it in to Trader Jen before night falls. Okay, we have activated our quest. Trader Jen has sent us out here into the forest to find some buried supplies. And I do believe we have found the buried food stash. Let's go ahead and grab that and take it back to the trader. I think we're going to make it back just in time to turn our quest in. And then tonight, we're going to spend a little bit of time gathering some wood and crafting a little bit of a starter home for ourselves. We are going to be building ourselves a home in this series, but tonight I think we'll begin by crafting a simple platform. She's going to offer us a pipe weapon. Let's go ahead and take the pipe machine gun. Actually, let's take the pipe pistol. And while we're with her, let's go ahead and take another job that maybe we'll do in the morning. I was genuinely thinking just about building here in this field that's right across from Trader Jen's. This feels like a great spot to make our home. I am going to start by gathering some wood. So let's head into the forest here and let's gather some wood and start to make a few building blocks. Ooh, look at that. I get excited every time we find more feathers. We also found some eggs. I think tomorrow we will have to concentrate on finding a cooking pot. So perhaps tomorrow at daybreak we'll go and loot some houses and see if we can find ourselves a cooking pot. That would be ideal. Let's go ahead and repair our stone axe. And I think we might be good. I've made 100 frame shapes. And that still leaves us with 828 wood. In fact, let me get that to 1,000 and then we'll build ourselves a little bit of a platform. Okay, let's make our way back into this little clearing. I can see Trader Jen in the distance. Guys, this is new territory for me. I have built a few bases in my lifetime of playing this game. Okay, I think the first thing I would like to do before we build anything is I would like to clear the land a little bit here. I also want to kind of establish a center, which I think is roughly right here. Perfect. That is our center for sure. I would just love to center my house on that little spot. So our entrance is going to be straight ahead. I think the first thing I really want to do is I want to clear this land just a little bit. Not too much, but you know, we're just going to gather a few of these resources and then we'll start to put some blocks down to get a good idea of what we're doing. Luckily, our zombie friends have, for the most part, decided to give us a break tonight. We do appreciate that. So let's use that to our advantage. I say, let's just start building. I've made these frame shapes mostly because we're gonna, I'm sure, start and stop along the way, but yeah, let's get to work. Right now, my goal is really just to map out a shape, so I'm sure this looks crazy, but bear with me, and hopefully we'll end up with something really great. I think I need to chop some of these trees down over here, so let me get my axe out and get to work. We are a little thirsty, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink of water. We are definitely going to want to prioritize that cooking pot tomorrow. We do have a bit of a visitor here, but we've managed to deal with him quickly. Okay, it seems like we have another visitor, and she's one of my faves. Look at the ducky nurse. Okay, we're still laying out the general shape of our base, but for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a small little platform here. Now, this isn't forever, but this is just for right now. Let's turn on the fire. We can't actually cook anything quite yet, but it feels like the roaring fire is just going to make us feel a little bit better. We still have 1 more hour before daylight, and I think I'm going to start to make my way over to our very first quest. I'm hoping we're going to find some food, and I think after we're done with the quest, we'll also maybe check out a few homes to see if we can find that cooking pot. So I think today's goal for day 2 is going to be all about food and about continuing to build our base here. I know this looks crazy, but we're piecing together something kind of cool, I think. It looks like we've got another ducky nurse, which feels like a bit of good luck. So let's go ahead and deal with her. And yes, let's head off on our quest. I'm gonna turn off our fire. Before we head off on our quest, I do believe we have 1 skill point to spend. I am going to put that here into Master Chef, which will mean we will find more cooking magazines. Let's go ahead and jump on our bicycle and make our way towards this first quest we're going to do for Trader Jen. We've got our eyes peeled for homes, which I do believe this might be a home. Oh, actually, oh, I think it is. Let's take a look at what this is. If it's a house, if it has a kitchen, then... oh, it doesn't have a kitchen. I did manage to find the ranch house. So that little structure we saw over there is a part of the ranch, but this is the ranch home. I do believe there's going to be a few zombies here, so let's deal with them. And let's quietly sneak in here and see if we can check out what's going on in the kitchen. Ah, here we go. Oh, look at that. Sitting on the counter for us is exactly what we're looking for. We found a cooking pot, but not only that, I also see a little food pile over here. Let's search this. And look at that. We found a murky water, a charred meat, as well as a home cooking weekly magazine. Those magazines are what we're going to use to level up our cooking skill. Let me go ahead and search these cabinets. Okay, we managed to find a total of 4 more home cooking weekly magazines. We also did find some charred meat as well as some corn, and most importantly, we found the cooking pot we were in search of. Let's go ahead and read these magazines. Okay, that has added a few more recipes to our repertoire. I'm also seeing that there's this bookshelf here in the house. While we're here, let's go ahead and just grab the books that are here. And fantastic. We found an armor magazine as well as Night Stalker Volume 2, which means that we're going to sneak 5% better at night. We actually found 2 of these, so we're going to read one and we're going to sell the other. We have gotten what we need out of this place, so let's go ahead and take our leave and head back to our bicycle. Oh. Okay, wait, I'm tempted by what's going on in the barn over here. Are there any chickens? I don't see any chickens. Look at that. We finally found some meat. This is fantastic. And I also see a nest over here. Great. Oh, look at that. It's a stump. Let's go ahead and see if we can find a honey here. We did. This is amazing. Okay, we've got a honey in our inventory. Guys, this day is shaping up to be amazing. Let's grab this mushroom. And yeah, let's head to our bicycle, which is right over here. I hear another zombie friend. Oh, let's check the mailbox. And let's say goodbye to our zombie friend. It looks like we're going to be crossing this bridge to head towards our job. Oh, how amazing is this? What a great find. Today has been such a lucky day already. We found 2 more honey inside of this ambulance. And we also found an aloe cream, which we'll be able to use to make a bandage. Now, I do see this police car, but it is locked. And so we're going to wait until we get some lockpicks. And look at that, we found our spot. Okay, let's go ahead and hit the marker. And let's slowly make our way inside. We're going to try to sneak as much as we can. Okay, let's search a few of these shelves in here before we continue. Okay, I think we have woken up some crawlers here. Before we move on, I want to stop and just take a peek at some of the magazines we found. I'm also noticing that we found some food. Let's go ahead and eat both cans of miso. It looks like that's going to give us a little bit of food. We'll take that. Let's take a look at what magazines we want to read. This is probably the best Fireman's Almanac to find right now. This is going to add a chance for us to find more water and loot. So we'll definitely read this. And we also found a Ranger's Guide to Archery Volume 7. And this is just going to give us a higher chance to knock down our enemies when we use our bow and arrow. We found a Big Hitters magazine. I'm not sure if I'm going to read that. We found 2 bow hunters. And we're going to sell the sledge magazines that we found because we're not using sledges. And just like that, we can actually make a better bow, which is so nice. I am going to go ahead and read the Big Hitters magazine, because why not? Let's make that level 2 bow, and let's scrap our bow. Fantastic. Let's continue on. Okay, we found a few really great things, including some mushroom seeds. And now it's time to head down into the depths, but first it looks like we're going to have to deal with our friend here. Okay, it looks like he was our last zombie to kill, which means our quest is done. I see a food pile on the table as well as some other loot. Let's go ahead and begin to search some cabinets and grab it all. We found a few mods and some more bullets. Oh, that's really nice. We found lots of beer today. We found some more food. Let's eat those chicken rations. This is really nice. We can make a quality 3 bow, primitive bow. And look at that, we found some more food. We found the Ranger's Guide to Archery Volume 1, which means we're going to get back more bolts and arrows from our zombie friends. Let's read that. Let's eat this. And let's take the rest of this. Okay, I was able to search a few more spots in the bathroom. We found a medical journal and a home cooking weekly, as well as we've gotten some steroids, which is great. Yeah, let's go ahead and read these magazines. Okay, it is time for us to head back to Trader Jen. Oh my gosh, look at that. We missed a cabinet. And what do we find when we look in that cabinet? 2 more cooking pots. Today is our lucky, lucky day, I tell you. Okay, here goes our vehicle. And we are off back across the bridge towards Trader Jen. As always, we of course stop for birds' nests. Also, my number 1 tip is always search the trash. Lots of feathers, which we love. Once we're done turning this quest in, it might be good for us to head off to find a restaurant or someplace where we are guaranteed to find some food. Okay, wow. She's offering us quite a few nice rewards. This Lucky Looter Volume 2 book is a great choice. Find more ammo and loot. We love that. We're not really using a gun that requires 7.62. Normally, I would take that, but not today. I am also a little tempted by the cornbread because that's a little bit of food for us, but we can make that now. So I think it's really either the Lucky Looter or the magazine bundle. I think I'm going to go for the crafting magazines. Yeah, let's take it. And let's see what jobs that Jen has. She's got a few spots. I'm a little tempted to take this job. That is a fetch. That means it's going to be quick. It's a little farther away. And I think that would give us a chance to really explore the area we're in. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one. Okay, let's open our magazine bundle. And yeah, some of these we'll keep. We're going to read the knife guys. We're going to read the tactical warfare magazines, and I don't want to forget as well to sell her several of these things that we have, so let's do that. So we've got a little under 1,000 dukes right now. Let's take a look at what Jen has for sale. I think right now what I would love is some health. So she's got a first aid kit. I don't really want to buy that. I was hoping that she had some first aid bandages, but she doesn't have those. I am going to buy these aloe creams because I think we only need to read a few more medical magazines in order to be able to make first aid bandages ourselves. I am going to buy these 2 Forge magazines from her in the hopes that we'll be able to make a forge. So let's read those and see if that does that. Look at that. Okay. First things first, we're going to go home. We're going to go to our little, and by home I mean our little platform over here, and we're going to make a forge. We might be lacking leather in order to make this beautiful forge, and so, yeah, I'm going to bet that's what we're missing. Yes, it is. Okay, what we're going to do then is, we don't have a cooking grill, but we do have a cooking pot. Oh wait, I left my bicycle. Let me grab my bicycle. I was so excited about getting started that I left my bicycle over here. Let's grab it and then we'll cook some water and we should be able to make some sort of food with our cooking pot. Okay, look at that. We're going to put our 3 cooking pots there. And first things first, let's make some water. We can make a few other food items, but those are really going to require us to have a cooking grill. So we're really going to need to build this forge soon. So as we head out to do our next job, we're going to be looking for spots where we can find leather. Leather couches. Restaurants are actually a really great spot to search because most of the restaurant booths will be made of leather. So we'll be on the lookout for that. we managed to wait for 2 cornbreads. There's still cornbread and water cooking in the fire, and I think we're gonna head off towards this other quest that we took, which I think is actually gonna lead us to a new town. Yes. So, yeah, let's head off on a bit of an adventure. I am going to stick to the road a little bit. We'll see if the road turns eventually. If it doesn't, then we will venture off into the woods. Okay, luckily, the road is on our side and it looks like things are shifting. I can see a new city ahead of us. Now we are on the hunt for leather, so we're going to be prioritizing that. I did notice this chair from outside the window. Let's grab that. We don't have a wrench just yet, so we can scrap this for 6 leather. We're nearly there. Now, we are stopping here at Jericho Ranch. I want to peek my head in the door there to see if there's a leather couch in the living room. But I do know that there is this weapons bag here, so give me one moment and I'll break that open. And there it goes. Let's check inside. Nice, we got a bunker buster mod. And we've also found a Big Hitters magazine. We found several magazines on our way here. I'm going to go ahead and read all of them. Okay, and I don't see leather couches. We're going to grab this pile of books, and I think we're just going to make a run for it. I do see corn here in the field. Let's grab that. It feels really easy to just peek our head inside of a house. So let's take a peek inside of the McCormick residence. See if they have leather couches. They don't, but I see a chair. Let's grab that. And let's deal with our zombie friend here. I also wanted to come check their kitchen to see if we could find any more Home Cooking Weekly magazines or more food. Okay. We did find another office chair. Remind me how much leather we needed. We needed 10, so we do have what we need. And we found Wasteland Treasures Volume 5. This is the one that's going to let us harvest more brass from doors, which is great. Let's go ahead and put the Bunker Buster mod here on our axe. And let's also read this Knife Guy magazine. Just out of curiosity, I'm checking the other rooms for chairs, and I don't see any. Okay, let's run. Oh, look at that. 2 leather for good luck as we leave. I'm stopping so that, oh, I see a chicken. I want to search this truck. Did the chicken run far away? It did. Let's go ahead and loot this Mopowa electronic truck. And look at that, a good array of electronics books. We found the Robotic Drone Morale Booster mod, Tech Junkie Volume 3, which means we can make AP robotic turret ammo. And another Vehicle Adventures magazine and some electrical parts. Let's head over to our job. This is just a fetch. Let's see if we can fetch before the sun goes down. Let's see, it looks like our package is somewhere close by. Okay, here is our package. And we were really looking to just come and grab it. We've already looked through the kitchen here. I'm going to make my way back out towards my bicycle, and we're going to head home. Oh, there's actually quite a few vehicles in this parking lot. I also know that there's a working stiff tools truck over right there in the distance. So we're going to grab whatever's inside of each of these vehicles. Ooh, I saw some movement in the distance. Oh, I think I scared it away. I saw a doe and got very excited. I see a zombie, but I also see this doe that I kind of want to try to sneak up. Oh, never mind. That's a zombie fight we don't want to take. Okay, we have managed to make it back home. Let's make a forge. And while that forge is crafting in our inventory, I'm going to continue building until the morning. Okay, it looks like day is breaking, and I think it's time for us to go grab a reward from Trader Jen. Let's grab some of the food that we've got cooking in the fire. We still have a little more food and water cooking, and it looks like our forge is done. I'm gonna step back here. Let me pick up these blocks so you guys can have a peek at where the house is going. It's gonna be interesting. We are making this up as we go along. Let me grab a few things I'm gonna sell to Trader Jen. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me for this first episode of Sleep While I Survived the Apocalypse. We spawned into the world. We gathered some resources to make basic weapons and tools. We managed to find a cooking pot. We've crafted a forge, and we've started building our home in the apocalypse. To me, that all leads to one big lesson, and that is that the small steps matter. And to end this episode, I'm going to sit with you here by the fire while you fall asleep. Sweet dreams.